going on. Hi, hello. What's up, buds? How's it going, pals? Howdy, friends. Did you miss me? 'Cause I'm back. Sorry for the long delaying videos, guys. I know it's been a minute, just with everything going on. Haven't really been feeling like making videos, or haven't really had the time, just with customer projects and things going on. So I thought I would kind of piece together this little video for you, a little bit different style, shop vlog, I guess you can call it. And just kind of some in-betweens, odds and ends, and things going on, you know, day to day around the shop and around the house, some yard beautification. I do start out, kind of the main part of the video is doing the restoration on these little footstools. I typically don't like to do restoration projects just because when you're not the one who built the, you know, piece, it's kind of, there's always that chance of ruining something or burning through a veneer, and, you know, who knows if it's a heirloom piece and grandmother brought it over from the Holocaust, whatever, I don't know. But if it's for family or friends, you know, I'll make the exception. But anyways, so yeah, and then I just kind of break down, do some tool recommendations, and there'll just be some various clips throughout, you know, short little clips here and there. So I hope you guys will be able to, and yeah, I hope you guys will enjoy. Hey, yo, buddy, what's up? You see me doing the intro here.
Oh, you're doing that thing?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad, sorry. I didn't see.
Can you just not do that right now?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Sorry about
thank
that.
you. Go measure something. Jeez. Sorry about that. Anyways, yeah, you guys will have a chance to meet the shop supervisors. I'll show you some projects and signage that I've been doing on the CNC, and a cool new way to sharpen knives and other tools, chisels, things like that, and get them screaming scary sharp. And yeah, just to, hey.
What's up? Oh, you're still doing that? Oh, forgive me. I'll get out of your hair.
Thank you. Anyways, sorry again about that, guys. I'll just let the video explain for itself. If you guys enjoy this type of video, I would appreciate you give it a like, maybe share it with some friends. But other than that, let's just go ahead and get right into it. Alrighty, first thing on my project list, restoring these little footstools. You can see they're a little worse for wear. The legs have been blown out on them. These weren't anything real fancy. They're just, you know, kind of 70s style looking little footstools. And all I'm going to do is just basically cut out a new piece of ply, edge band it, stain it to match as close to this brown, and reattach the cushions and call it good. I do, however, want to keep all the hardware, except I'll put in new threaded inserts. This is an essential little pen here. It's called the Reach by Dixon, and it allows you to, well, that's not going to do. It's for getting in places where a pencil won't reach, tight holes, things like that. Simply just mark away, and yeah, really comes in handy quite a bit. And it's called the Dixon Reach Around. There's a real easy way to split a circle into thirds, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and reference off the holes that I already marked. Okie dokie. Now I can go ahead and cut out those circles with my router jig.
The threaded inserts I had on hand to be able to screw the legs back into the footstools were a bit too long. I used a somewhat of an unconventional method to shorten them. I simply just threaded on the inserts onto a bottle stopper holder on my lathe and put that into a Jacob's chuck, and then using carbide turning tools turned them down to the proper size and then sanded them smooth, and really worked out pretty well. So there we go. Only 4 more to go. Okay, all the inserts are ready. All the holes are drilled. Now I'm gonna go ahead, add a little bit of super glue just to sort of give them a fighting chance, because it can have a tendency to tear out pretty easily. Case in point, why I'm redoing these. And you want to be sure to start these straight. That's kind of the main goal. Booyakasha. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and attach the cushions and put these tags back on. The original tags. You have the inspected by little one, and I went ahead and made these little cool, well, what I think are kind of cool, little inspection tags myself with my logo on it. Anyways, yeah, let's go ahead and staple these back on. There you go. That's a wrap. Oh, here's the shop supervisors now. This is Maddie. She's my 2-year-old rescue. She's a pit bull mix. We think she's mixed with some kind of herding dog, like sheep herding, cow herding, or something like that, because she's always trying to nip at the heels of my other dog and trying to direct him where to go. And when she sights in on something, she won't stop until she gets it. I mean, she's fully got that hunting dog bred into her. Watch this. And this is my other rescue, Chuck. He's a 4-year-old pit bull mix as well. I think he's mixed with some kind of lab or a hunting dog perhaps, just because he's more nose to the ground and he's very tall. He's got really long legs like a lab, where she's more sight, always looking for shadows or birds or squirrels or whatever, you know. So he's like the oldest 4-year-old dog I've ever known. He acts like he's 100 years old sometimes. He's just an old soul. He doesn't like her playing with the laser though. He doesn't want her to have any fun. Okay, back to work. Cool little carving I just finished for a local vet. It's the U.S. Veteran Flag Oath, and all I'm gonna go ahead and do now is just flood it with some clear coat lacquer, and then once that dries in about 15 minutes, I'll go back over it with some black satin. The reason why you clear before you paint is because the paint will actually bleed into the pores of the wood, and this oak is real porous, so in order to prevent that, you just go ahead and flood everything with clear lacquer, and then once that dries in about 20 minutes, we'll go ahead and put paint on it. Okay, now we want that to dry really well, so we'll probably let that sit overnight. Just really quickly here for funsies, thought I'd show you guys what the temperature is here in my shop. As you can see, my workbench is 97 degrees. Let's go ahead and see what the roof looks like. So there you go, 122, that's what I'm dealing with. just to kind of give you an idea. As you can see, it's non-insulated roof, non-insulated walls. So yeah, if anybody has any suggestions on maybe a good type of insulation, obviously I can't do the walls. There's drywall all over everything, and I'm not gonna take that down. But yeah, if you guys have any ideas if it's even worth doing the roof, or just leave it and deal with it with fans. This portion of my yard here is the fence that runs alongside my shop, and as you can see, it's pretty desolate and is basically just a breeding ground for catching debris, and just doesn't look very eye-catching. So what I'm going to go ahead and do to sort of beautify it, if you will, is just add some of this black ground cover or mulch, if you will, and yeah, just make it look a little bit nicer. Want to see something funny? The dogs have their own little window in the fence made from a bubble skylight. You guys sit there and guard the place. Oh, it's mean. What's up, buddy? What are you doing? You guys hate flies as much as I do, highly recommend the Bug Assault. Better than any fly swatter I've ever used, and about 10 times more fun. It's the way it works. You just load in some coarse kosher or rock salt, and then you just give it a cock like that. Let's see if I can't demonstrate it for you. See that little guy right there? I'm gonna pump your guts full of salt. Oh, he's still alive. He's got a face full of salt, but that feels good. I'll just put him out of his misery. If you have a heart for flies, look away now. If there was a way to dominate a species anymore. That's terrible, Pete. Where'd he go? Can you see him there? Where'd you go, you little bastard? Oh, he flew away. He lived to die another day. Alright, quit goofing around, let's get back to work. Okay, next I'm going to go ahead and hang some outdoor string lights above my new pergola that I just built this last winter, and just reattach them. I had to take them down, obviously, to take down the old pergola. And in order to hang it, I just have these little cup hooks, so I'm just going to go ahead and remove all these and do that about 30 more times. Okay, those are all done, and now we can go outside and start hanging some lights. Okay, so first thing first, I got to put up the other awning for my Toya Grid pergola. As you can see, I got one side over here, and then this side's open. Because they sent us the wrong size originally. They sent us a 12 by 12. I needed a 12 by 10. But we got a box here. Just a real quick recommendation here. If you don't have a big enough shop or the funds to purchase a full shop dust collection system, I highly recommend picking up one of these Rikon snail shell dust collectors. I don't know which came first, the Rikon or the Rockler. They're both pretty much the same, about the same price, same size motor, same horsepower, same CFM, but huge upgrade to my shop. I got this one here that just kind of floats around from my bandsaw, table saw, lathe, and just general shop vac purposes. And then I have a dedicated one over there for my drum sander, and it just stays on the wall. What I don't recommend is getting this style of hose. It's a slinky, it's a 20-foot, it's supposed to extend out but also coil up into about 5 feet, but it's not worth it. It's too stiff. You're just constantly having to fight it. It's always trying to suck back in on itself. I recommend just sticking with the stock hoses that come with it, and you'll be better off. You'll just have to, you know, find somewhere to wrap it up or whatever. But other than that, I'm really happy with the way these things turned out, and highly recommend them. Okay, next, just have some butcher blocks that were left over from the holidays. I just got them off the drum sander, rough sanded them. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish sand them, probably up to 400 grit, and then put my signature brand on them, put some little rubber feet on them, get them conditioned with some Odie's oil, let them acclimate to the indoors, and then we'll get them put on the website. That's a lot. And we just take our buffing pad, spread that around, and then really work it in. And then we'll let that set, and then come back and buff it tomorrow.
We're in the corner of the shop. Until the finish is on that project, I will hang on to those TIKI sheets because, A, they're great for like wedges and things.
This here is a pretty nifty little tool. Another tool I'll recommend. This is the Skill brand bit selector. It's kind of like a switchblade style. Each bit just retracts into the handle, and I think it's got 2 sizes of Torx, 2 Phillips, 2 flathead, and 2 Robertson or square drive. And yeah, super handy little tool. Here we have maple walnut wenge, maple walnut lacewood, Osage orange canary, and maple walnut Paduke. So there you go. That's a wrap on those butcher block cutting boards. This here is just a fun little game that it's pretty easy to make. It's just a board, some plywood, and a hook. Then you just take a string and a brass ring, and you know, fun little drinking game you can play with your buddies, or you know, whenever you're bored out in the backyard. And as you can see, it doesn't take much skill, but yeah, it's just a simple, fun little game you can play, and it's really easy to make. It's also fun to see how many times you can swing it before you can hang it up on the hook. 1, 2, nope. Oh! So this here's my sharpening drawer where I keep all my sharpening stones, whetstones, diamond plates, polishing compounds, strops, things like that, slipstones. And each of these is a very good method of sharpening plane blades, chisels, knives, things like that. And while I essentially, you know, don't have an issue with any of these, they are all very time consuming and very messy in my opinion. So here's some of my knife collection. These are all Damascus steel knives. And even though they are very attractive, nice looking blades, they are all very dull and need a good sharpening. Now, I mean, they're not, you know, there's no gouges taken out of them, but you certainly can't shave with them, and you absolutely cannot, you know, it's ripping, it's not slicing through. It would be simple for me to just go ahead and take out a whetstone, or even, you know, just strop these, but that's very time consuming and messy, like I said. So I essentially just came up with this little motorized strop, if you will.
So I just took some MDF, impregnated it with some rubbing compound, and see how quickly we can bring this knife back to sharp. All right, let's see how we did now. I'd say it's a little bit sharper. This here is my everyday carry, my pocket knife. And this thing is screaming sharp. Gross. All right, so there you go. Simple little sharpening strop, I guess you can call it, for your lathe. Hey, you made it all the way through. Congratulations. So that about wraps this one up, you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know it was a little bit longer format, a little bit different style, but I hope it was still interesting and entertaining to watch, and maybe learned a couple things, or saw some things that you guys liked or enjoyed. And if you did, maybe let me know down in the comments below. I would appreciate it. Give me some feedback. If you guys want to see more of these types of videos, that would be greatly appreciated. And yeah, with that being said, thanks for sticking around, checking it out. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, I will catch you on the next one.